Welcome to another highly questionable. What's exciting on the show today, Bo?
We're going to try to find a way to say someone was more impressive than Klay Thompson last night. It's going to take some effort, but we're going to try.
Vamos, papi.
Should Steve Kerr have let Klay Thompson play the fourth quarter last night?
Of course he should have. For us, 60 points in 29 minutes, and somehow that's not the most efficient thing I'm about to say. Micah Adams had these numbers on Twitter. Kobe Bryant, when he scored 60 last year, he had the ball for 7 minutes. Klay had the ball for a minute and a half time of possession last night. When Kobe Bryant scored his 60, he needed 94 touches. Klay Thompson barely needed 50. Keep in mind, on all those made baskets that he had last night, he dribbled the ball 11 times. This was a salute, a tribute to how they move the basketball, how good that team is at offense.
Yeah, but here's the thing about keeping them in the fourth quarter. Number one, you run the risk of the kidney punch because people don't like getting stunned upon. Number two, a big reason why he could do this, 21 made shots, 20 of them were assisted. He's the dude that you have to leave open. To leave him in means you got to leave the other two guys in there too, because they're a big reason why he can make all those shots. Hey, that's not to take credit away from him for making the shots, but getting those shots, a lot of that has to do with the other guys.
I love how they're managing the chemistry on that basketball team. It's not within the game, it's from game to game. Tonight, you get the 60 points. I'll get the 60 points next time.
You know somebody that wasn't too happy with that performance? The guy in Cleveland.
Oh,
he was saying, I thought I had to worry about Steph Curry and Kevin Durant only. Now I got to worry about this third guy.
They got Kevin Love playing a lot better than he was playing last year. They're figuring it out too.
Was Russell Westbrook's night more impactful than Klay's?
You know, it wasn't that long ago we were asking if these Russell Westbrook triple-doubles were actually good for the Thunder. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Russell Westbrook has 6 straight games with triple-doubles. Is this more impactful? The only way you can make the argument that it's more impactful is the Thunder basically only have Russell Westbrook. They're so much better when he's on the floor than when he is not on the floor. So you could try to use that as the logic to say somebody was better than the dude who scored 60 points in less than 30 minutes.
When Bomani has questioned whether or not Russell Westbrook could average a triple-double for the season, he often points out it's going to be really hard at that size for him to get double-digit rebounds every game. Last night for both teams, in a game that involved Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook had more rebounds than anybody. He had 13 rebounds. He had twice as many as Dwight. It is staggering that this guy at this size continues to put up double-digit rebounds.
And remember this about Oscar Robertson. He's bigger than Russell Westbrook. In that season, that team he played for had 124 possessions per game. The Thunder are under 100.
Well, I know someone who wasn't too happy last night when he saw the Westbrook performance.
Again, you're going to hate on LeBron.
Well,
Who is it?
That's the guy in Cleveland, you know. I mean, I'm telling you something. He's beginning to wonder whether this guy's going to get the MVP and LeBron is going to be put to the side again.
At this point, do you think that LeBron thinks anything about Oklahoma City anymore? Like, they're no longer on the list of teams LeBron has to watch.
Should LeBron meet with Phil while the Cavs are in New York?
He says he's not going to. He says he has no interest in meeting with Phil Jackson. Reporter asked him if they happen to run into each other, will he talk to him? And LeBron is like, no, I have no interest in talking to him. He feels that his people were disrespected by Phil Jackson, calling them, dismissing them as a posse. He's all about player empowerment. He's all about empowering his friends. They've done a good job for him, and he is not forgiving this, especially since Phil Jackson hasn't apologized. Phil Jackson at no point says he's sorry for any of this, so LeBron doesn't have any time for him.
Now, I'm not going to ignore that this is an interesting place for LeBron to choose to be striding. They insulted his friends, and therefore he can't let it slide. Some other things, bigger macro issues, he seems to be a bit more conciliatory about those. But stop and think about how messed up this dynamic is. Why would anybody ask if LeBron should go talk to Phil Jackson? If there's anybody that needs to do this, it's Phil Jackson to go talk to LeBron, but this keeps in a long line of who's the one that's supposed to be out here forgiving somebody. You're more concerned with that part than the dude who said the wrong thing.
It is interesting. This part is interesting, though, right? He went back to play for Dan Gilbert, and that idea just by itself makes him better at forgiveness than he is at even playing basketball. He went to go play for Dan Gilbert. He is not abiding this because you've done it to his friends.
Phil has better things to do in the Bahamas. He's not going to fly to New York to see this guy. Are you kidding me? Well, Phil Jackson is hanging out in the Bahamas with his posse.
Yes, that's right. What does that posse look like?
A lot of tie-dye shirts and a lot of Grateful Dead.
What else? Probably a little more.
I mean, you know.
Some peyote, Rick Carlisle would say.
is Andrew Luck winning you back?
They just played a really, really bad team, and Andrew Luck did the best he could from a fantasy team. Too little, too late. But he looked good. He had 4 touchdown passes. Probably should have been a 5th if Jack Doyle hadn't fumbled right near the goal line. But here's the thing with Andrew Luck. We've always known that he's capable of achieving spectacular highs. We've had questions about some of his weaknesses and the team around him, whether they hold him back. But this isn't going to be the thing to win us over. Not beating the Jets. I don't know if you heard, but they're the Jets.
To get back to 500, incidentally, in a really weak division. They've got a lot of climbing yet to do. Andrew Luck's expectation level is not finish 500 in that particular division, but we will overpraise him, as John Gruden did last night by marveling at the loudness of his snap count. Not a hard count, just marveling at how good he is at snap count. Come on, man, that's some overpraise right there.
Can I say something to the Jets fans?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, things they don't look this good now, but wait until next year. You know, they got a new quarterback in town. Wait until Jay Cutler walks into that locker room, you know, and start, talking to everybody there, and doing his thing,
Please let Jay Cutler play for the Jets. I can't think of anything better for our business than Jay Cutler playing for the Jets.
He and Brandon Marshall together again, never making the playoffs.
For the 3rd time, by the way. That would be the 3rd time.
Would Leonard Fournette's draft stock be higher if he had sat out his junior year?
Did he just make him Leonardo, like Da
He
Vinci?
tried.
Okay, he's not like a Leonardo. He's Leonard Fournette, and he was really good this year while limited as the only player in that offense. He'd be healthier, be better for his body, but I think he would get drafted in the same place. We all know that that guy is the best running back in the country, and that guy will be drafted first among the running backs. We know he's a man playing among kids. He could have done that and been that playing last year or not playing last year.
Now, don't be surprised if someone goes over him. He reminds me in this draft of Ricky Williams, where Dalvin Cook is the Edgerrin James in the analogy. That being said, what do we think about Leonard Fournette that we did not think when he was a senior in high school? Is he more physically ready for the NFL right now? Probably. Was he physically ready after his sophomore year? He might have been physically ready when he turned 15 years old. He only stood to lose to come back and play in college. And bless his heart, because he's nice enough to play for them in the Citrus Bowl, because I'd have been done dropped out of school by now.
Oh, next year, boy. I can't wait to see him playing next year in the NFL when he's in the backfield with Jay Cutler. I'm telling you, on the New York Jets, I'm telling you, it's going to be something else.
Why are we doing this to Leonard Fournette? Like, I feel like the dude's been through enough getting hurt all year long. You going to sit him to play for the Jets?
Man, he did him a courtesy. He didn't put him on the Browns.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, we talk to Bill Snyder.
Because you were cool as you could be in that convertible, weren't you?
Nice call.
You ain't got a lot of you would have been in that convertible, weren't you? They knew what Bill Snyder came to the parking lot in that convertible.
Come on, Mom.
Well, I did put the top down. You're right about that.
Just saying.
Joining us at the beach today is Bill Snyder.
The Kansas State football coach. He's been at it a long, long time. Let's talk to him about it. Bill, your parents divorced when you were 6 years old and you lived in a one-bedroom apartment with your mother. What do you remember about that time of your life?
Well, it really was a transformational time for me. We moved to back to St. Joe, where my mother had been, St. Joe, Missouri, where my mother had been raised, and we lived in a one-room apartment right in downtown St. Joe, Missouri, so that my mother could walk to work because she never had a driver's license, couldn't afford a car. I remember that one, and we're talking about one room, not one bedroom, but one room, and we had a Murphy bed, and most people don't know what a Murphy bed is. You guys are too young to know what a Murphy bed is. But, it's one you pull out of the wall, and that was my bedroom, and her bed was a cot that I pulled in off of the landing each night and opened up, and I can just remember from that point on, the tremendous impact that she had on my life. She's never weighed 100 pounds in her life, was 5 or 4 foot 10 inches tall. And yet she was the strongest, not just strongest woman, the strongest person I've ever known in my life. And she guided me the way she felt was the right way, and at the end of the day it was.
Bill, we know you're a pillar of integrity. Everybody respects you, and I don't want to take you too far off brand or off message on this, but I want a mischievous Snyder story. I don't want to hear a story about the mentor pulling you in. I want to hear your bad side. I want to hear about that.
Probably would be, something centered around. I do remember, I guess there is some humor to that, I would guess, when my father lived in Omaha, Nebraska after my parents separated, and when I became 16 years of age, my father bought me an automobile, and it was a somewhat new yellow Mercury convertible. I can remember that. It was like a I don't know what it was, a 1949, so it wasn't too very old. And I got enamored with that and started staying out later than I should, etc. My mother called my father and said, "You come and get that automobile right now, or you're going to find it in the Missouri River," which was only about 6 blocks from my house. And so my father got somebody down there in a heartbeat, and I was without an automobile for a long period of time. Eventually, and my mother wouldn't let me buy one unless I worked and earned the money to do so. So I went to work for my grandfather, who owned an automobile dealership or automobile car lot, and washed cars and did that for a long period of time, and eventually earned $51, and bought an automobile for $51, and it was a really old automobile. So. Now, I don't know if that answers your question or not.
No, because you were cool as you could be in that convertible, weren't you?
Nice car.
You ain't got a lot of you would have been in that convertible, weren't you? Yeah, you remember those days in that convertible. They knew when Bill Snyder came in the parking lot in that convertible,
Come on, Mom.
Well, I did put the top down. You're right about that.
I was just saying. I mean, if it was me, they'd have known when I showed up.
Bill, you open it up on the road. Let's go. How fast did you go at your fastest in that convertible before you got that $51 jalopy of yours?
Well, I probably did drive a little faster than I should. I probably still have that bad habit.
This is how it was, though, right here, right here. This one right here. This is the Bill Snyder driving the convertible pose, the hand on the steering wheel, the arm over to the side. This one right here.
Not quite like that.
How did it improve your dating life? Did that automobile, for the brief period that you had it, did it improve?
Unfortunately, it just couldn't enhance my look. So I was a desperate individual in that respect most of my life.
Go ahead, Poppy. What do you got for him?
Bill, what is the most romantic thing you have ever done for your wife?
Ooh, that's a good question, Bill.
Oh, if you ask my wife, she would probably say nothing. On occasion, the football kind of takes a little more time than, the average job. I think, when on occasion, I might take her out, for dinner that she would appreciate a great deal, or, we don't get away very much, but once in a while, if we do, she appreciates that. Yeah.
You want to say the most romantic thing you did for her was win the Big 12 in 2003, right? That's the most romantic thing you did.
That's what he wants to say.
No, I hope it goes beyond that, truly.
Bill, thanks for being on with us. We appreciate it, sir.
Well, I'm sorry it wasn't,
No, you don't apologize for that. We got you in a yellow convertible, man. We got you in a yellow convertible. You do not apologize for that. No apology necessary. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, guys.
I
appreciate
really enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you much.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
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 Well, I'm gone. Highly questionable. This broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that thinks she should come over after the show for some sexy time. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them. He's talking about your mom.
Do you question if Dwight should have jumped?
All right, we're going out to Hawks and the Thunder. All I've been told about this play is that it involves Victor Oladipo, which gives me a sneaky suspicion that Dwight Howard shouldn't have jumped. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh!
Oh.
He double pumped with two hands. Oh!
Oh, that made me sad, Bomani. Dwight keeps getting older. Dwight used to be young.
To be fair, I think even young Dwight gets dunked on in that situation. We don't need another hero, Dwight. We don't need another hero.
That may explain why Russell Westbrook had twice as many rebounds as Dwight Howard last night.
You wanted to see Dwight, young Dwight, getting dunked on him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at him.
In case you're wondering when Kobe started hating Dwight, apparently the answer is before they ever met.
That should be the statue when Kobe gets his statue. It should be right there, hanging on Dwight's neck.
Dwight said that was the first time he'd ever gotten dunked on. Thank you for sharing that with us on national television. Like, most people aren't that generous, you know?
Do you question who got it worse?
Monday Night Football. This was the only tackling anyone around the Jets did last night. Look at this. Look at this here. Thank you for that angle.
I love few things more than this. Security taking out trespassers.
Bang.
That's an L for you. Oh!
Yeah. Wow.
I think it was better form on the second tackle. Oh no, correction. That's it right there. Impact and form. At that point, I think you just need to go ahead and get down by contact. Like, you're going to get caught. You're not going to win this. And shout out to the security guys who wake up every morning they have a game hoping somebody does something like that so they can get a flashback on.
You call those guys streakers? They got their pants on, man. Those are not streakers. They're fake streakers.
I mean, that is counterfeit. If you're going to streak, let's go. Let it all hang out. That's right. That's
so
right.
To speak.
So to speak.
Do you question if this is a useful skill?
I mean, I doubt it because it's on this show, but I'm willing to watch.
Hey.
Wait. Like, this is taking that 3-6 Mafia video to a whole nother place. And in that video, the dude has a wheel in his mouth. This dude doesn't.
I mean, that might be a useful skill. That's not the most useful use for it.
I do feel like, though, somebody needs to give him a tip or something. Like, you just can't be out here doing this sort of thing for free.
I mean, congratulations, guy who spun a wheel with his rear end.
We can get more specific if you like, because, I mean, it's not just simply that it was with, it's more.
You can keep my bicycle wheel. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah. After you've done that, it's yours.
I'm going to ride around on a unicycle from now on.
You don't even owe me any money. Like, you just have it.
You can have it.
Do you think that it will pass his smell test?
All right. You found something in Poppy's wheelhouse. There it is. You found a video that Poppy loves. He'll keep doing the whole show about that.
Time to play the game that is experiencing chest pains. See? Or no?
Tell us what's on TV tonight. It would take chest pains for him to say no.
Oh, don't mess with my paycheck like that, buddy.
On Facebook Live, exciting D-League action.
Really? Facebook Live? No, thank you, but this allows us to check in with Derek Jones, D-League for the Phoenix Suns. He plays for them. Let's see what we got.
Still loose, and the Suns come up with it. Eli Millsap up ahead. Derek Jones threw it down.
Ouch.
The alley-oop and the foul. How about that deuce and damage?
Yeah, that's pretty good right there. I feel bad for number one for that other team. Yeah. Okay. Good work by Derek Jones. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I spent that whole clip trying to see if I recognized any of those dudes out there because the fun of watching the D-League is seeing how many people you forgot you'd ever heard of but are still playing basketball professionally.
Darren Williams' beard got dunked on there. Poppy, tell me you're not intrigued by this. Are you intrigued?
No, I'm very intrigued. But listen, that wasn't his better dunk. Look at this.
Oh,
you gotta watch a guy like that dunking. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good right there.
Given that he can do these things but is still in the D-League, I'm wondering if that dude is just really bad at basketball.
Bad at dribbling, probably.
On Discovery Life, untold stories of the ER.
No, this is always somebody's got a license plate embedded in some place they're not supposed to during surgery. What do we got here?
It's Dr. Zoll.
Doc, I've got a patient here, middle-aged woman. She's stuck in a toilet.
She's what?
They couldn't extract her, and they needed advice as far as whether to transport or whether to continue care on the scene.
Do you have a wrench in the house?
Why?
Well, we're gonna have to take her to the hospital with the toilet.
Her bottom had swelled, and she had got wedged in so tightly that just pulling her out was not feasible.
Good time, guys. Okay, go slow, stay to the middle.
There were people out looking, and it clearly was a very unusual sight, but we tried to give her privacy so that not a lot of people would, kind of stare at her.
This is Nancy. She's been stuck in there for nearly 18 hours. Husband left the seat up.
Let's get her in trauma bay, too.
It's a good thing they gave her some privacy so that not a lot of people would stare at her. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I'm a little down on her daughter, though. The doctor says, do you have a wrench? Just answer the question, yes or no. What do you need this wrench? Your mom's stuck in the toilet bowl. Go get a wrench.
That's right. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I got to be very careful every time I go to the toilet now. You know, I got to think what time, what age that thing happened and what time of the night it could happen too, you know, I'm telling you.
Well, I don't think there's a time
I
of
got
the
to
night
know all
when
the
the toilet
details,
attack.
you know. That's right.
I don't think that's a toilet attack. No, they don't attack at a certain time of night.
And your toilet seat glows in the dark.
Yes, he does have one of those. A listener sent it, a viewer sent it, and he's got a toilet seat that glows in the dark.
By the way, she was kind of hot. Did you see her?
For the love of God.
That's right, buddy.
Man, come on.
I mean, that's some thirsty stuff.
Come on, man.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
That's a good television show right there. Lady stuck in the toilet. Good night, everybody.
Gracias. See you mañana.
At my age, getting stuck in the toilet sounds like heaven, you know?
Really? Yeah, that sounds nice.
Peace and quiet. Nobody
Peace.
bothers
He
you.
said peace and quiet. That sounded like something else, didn't it? Peace and quiet.